Some people have messaged me when I talk about hackers, and they say, "Oh, Fastcar, there's not that many hackers. It's not 40 or 50%, maybe more, like you say and think it is. It's maybe one guy a server." I've heard as little as one guy per continent, which is insane. Now, I will say, I have heard many a bad player, usually PvE people, always women for some reason, don't know why that is, just reporting the facts as always, that are terrible, players, and someone outsmarts them, outplays them, they die, and they cry, "That guy's hacking." This is not what I'm talking about. I've actually seen, I don't have a number for you people, but dozens and dozens, 30, 40, 50 times in my 14 years, I've seen people die. I don't know why, but it's usually druids with a bear pet that get wiped out by someone and, cry, he's hacking, everybody, I'm reporting him over and over." This is not what I'm talking about. Now, unfortunately, in this particular clip, which is from someone else, I have the full version of what I'm going to tell you here. You're not going to see the whole thing in this, but I will show it at a later date in something I'm working on. You people will enjoy. The best of hackers. Oh, man. You might see some names of people that you know and go, "Oh, I can't believe he or she hacks." Very surprised. Okay. What you don't see, what leads up to this clip, I'm going to say this is the last third of what happened with this guy. Again, this is not my footage. This is from Pepe. And you're going to see what happens. So this Necro guy was running this direction. He came out, from his base, and he was running this way. There was a bunch of us, if I'm not mistaken, nine people. At least 5 were full DPS. At least, maybe more. I was on support. I'm on an LE healer, Fastcar healer. But I have a ton of CC. This dude was on his horse running this way. And everyone, 9 people, shot their dismount thing. And not one of them hit. All within range. Okay. That started my sus alarm. So as he's running this direction, the knockdown thing, the dismount recharges, everybody shoots, and I was the last one. I kind of changed my angle and came at him from a different angle, and I actually dismounted him. At the moment, he had no swiftness. He was in combat. I had swiftness. I had the Relic of Speed and my 900 range teleport. With no swiftness, he outran all of us going this direction. So Ogre Watch is over here. Yeah, and there's a cliff this direction that goes into the water. He was about 80% of the way to the cliff, for those of you that know the distance of where I'm talking about here. He outran all of us with no swiftness. Then he teleported from about where that cliff is, which is what? I mean, from where he is right now, 10,000 range? How many range units is that? He teleported from right where the cliff is to about here. He has taken 2 steps. And before someone says, that's Necro Worm, no, it isn't. That goes like 1,200, and this is about a 10,000 range. We thought he rage quit. And then somebody said, no, he's back by Ogre Watch. And we're like, what? So we had to catch up to him. He was kind of dancing around and crab dancing, whatever that's called, showing off. So I'm on comms with the guy who made this video going, okay, you know I don't call hack very easy, but this is ridiculous. So nobody was damaging him either. When we were chasing him towards this cliff, he had perma dodges. Now, let me be clear about something. There are people that use the word perma, I know lots of them, that evidently don't know what perma means. Dude, I have perma protection. No, you don't. You have protection for 7 seconds every minute. That's not perma. That's 7 seconds a minute. I could do the math and tell you what percentage, but this is not permanent. Dude, I have perma this. This guy had perma that. No, he doesn't. Because somebody has it for a few seconds, a few extra seconds, that's not perma. This guy had perma dodge. I mean dodge, 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 dodge. No cooldowns. Someone's going to say, maybe he had food on and but no, this is not that. So he then chills with the hacking for a second because I guess he thought he was getting away, or maybe he didn't want to use it too much, and show his hand and get caught. Now I'm going to show you what happens. And before someone says, dude, that's lag, that's a ping issue. No, it isn't. This is classic speed hack. He even speed hacks in mid-air. Now, nothing in this game, I'll tell you the only reason I play Guild Wars. Well, 2 reasons. 1, there's just really nothing better out still. I would have left 10 years ago if DAOC2 came out, which goes under a different name that only hardcore people know. Yes, Camelot Unchained. I would have left for the new EverQuest. I don't know what happened to Pantheon. It didn't show up, or at least not yet. There's just nothing better. So I'm kind of stuck here. I've been bored with this game and all kinds of stuff. The only other reason that I play, I'm sure there's something that could interest me, is because I love killing hackers. I did a vid the other day about Pinoy and plenty of other ones that use macros, scripts, hacks, or what we refer to as tools. He's using his tools. Now, if you would have heard the comms on this, you would have heard us all talking about, oh, he's using his tools. You're going to see classic speed hacking and auto dodging in just a second. So I had to talk all this long for just a few seconds. So here we go. So far it looks normal, right? He's oddly not taking too much damage. Then all of a sudden he's going to take some. Now, he's mad, right? Now watch what he does. Watch this. Blink, 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 blink. You see all those blinks? That's not, look, in midair. Blink, blink, blink. Those little blinks are little teleports and speed hack. That's exactly what that is. And when you see that, don't assume, oh, that's, I'll give the guy the benefit of the doubt. That's bad ping, internet trouble, that's lag. That's not what it looks like. That's a cocky kid who definitely talks a lot of shit about how good he is and how bad you are and doesn't want to be embarrassed. Look, when you cheat, when you're a cheater, when you use tools, macros, scripts, hacks, when you're a cheater, especially one that talks shit, and this kid does, there's nothing worse than getting killed, right? Because the type of person that does this, they have an ego and they're, right? They're raging out. Always kids that vape, potheads, didn't do well in school or life, and they won't. They usually also play broken stuff. They can't die. It just drives them crazy. Now, the reason that this kid and all of them hack is because when they didn't, they always got owned. And what do these kids do that get owned? Rather than learn the game, right? Rather than playing a better class, a different build, but really, rather than getting better, learning the game, they went the easy way out. This is Kid 101. This is Millennial 101. I wouldn't be shocked if there was 99% of all of the tool users, macros, scripts, hacks, were all millennials, because I can't see any actual adults really doing this. But this is very typical. I see this on the racetrack with kids and even on the street that cheat all the time. But anyway, there you go. I have a folder. I don't want to give too much away. This is just one little taste. I know. Wait, you know that guy, Spam and Egg? Oh, you know this guy? Spam, eggs, and rice? That's actually a tasty combination. I've eaten that many times in the past. I would have, in fact, the last week, every day, my chef, I told him I wanted a English muffin, toasted and buttered, with 2 pieces of fried Spam, because one doesn't quite, even though they're small little muffins, one doesn't quite cover the bread, and 2 eggs and a piece of cheese. But, yeah, I like Spam. So anyway, I have a folder. There's going to be some streamers, some content creators that you know. And I caught them red-handed, and not once or twice. Some of them I have 10 or 15 vids on. I'm not going to name a name right now, but one of them is a big name creator. When I told him quite a while ago that I caught him, and I showed him on Discord, he kind of stopped playing the game. And you don't really see him on anymore. He essentially said, Fastcar, if you don't tell anyone or show the footage, I'll just not play. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, you're going to be shocked, some of the people that are on it. And maybe some of them won't shock you like, I knew that motherfucker. Now, although I have said it's usually thieves that hack macro, script, it's not only. I just said mostly it's thieves. Last night, yeah, I'm going to end on this. Last night, I played, we had a long queue for some reason. I played, I'm getting the messages, a lot of messages. Big snowstorm coming. I'm in the Northeast, and they're telling us 26 inches. What is today's date? The 23rd, Friday the 23rd, reset night. Well, it will be reset later. It's 8 in the morning, 8:09. be eating breakfast soon. So I played from, let's call it, 8 at night till 1 in the morning. Usually I would play a little longer, but some stuff is going on. In those few hours, including this guy, I absolutely 100% got on, film, on video like this. 7 people from the 2 servers we're fighting against. Now, keep in mind, I only do EB, so I don't know ever. And there's people that only Borderlands. They only do easy mode. Only. So I don't go there, so I don't know what happens there. Also, I'm not everywhere at all times. You know what I'm saying? I can only see a very small radius. If I'm over here between their keep and, Ogre Watch is right here, I can only see, about this big. If there's anyone even on the steps over here in Ogres or my beloved frogs, I can't see what's going on. Do you understand? So I can't. Right. There could be way 10, 20, 50 times the hackers. Just what I saw where I exactly played. Yeah, I saw so much people macro, scripting, hacks, tools, people using them. All but 2 were thieves. One was this guy, and another one was a will bender who I actually happen to know from being teamed with him before, who's a real shit talker. Real, does he talk about how great he is and how bad everyone is? Oh, did I catch him hacking? And when I say someone's hacking, I don't base it on one little glitch, one stumble. I understand there's internet problems, there's rubber banding, there's people in other countries, Australia, God knows where people are playing from. I understand internet problems. This is not that. I am talking about really suspect. Yeah, I watched a thief you all know yesterday. I'm not going to say his name here, but I do in the video. The big one that I'm going to put out at some point. I watched him have no cooldown and no, what is the thief little white dot mechanic initiative? He had, I guess I'll call it unlimited initiative. And I'm going to say perma. And again, I understand what perma means. I mean pop, 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 just unlimited big attacks with no cooldown ever. Just like in real time. Okay, so I'm going to end this. Here it is in real time. Again, this is the last third of the clip. When I show my full vid, you'll, for those that remember, you're going to see the whole thing and be like, that's so suspect, it's unbelievable. I would like to say one personal thing before I end this. For those of you that are not shitty players, and there's a lot of shitty players, if you are a legit, solid player, and I'm going to be honest, there's some people that think, hey, I'm good. You're not. Just saying. But if you are a legit, solid player, and sometimes someone beats you, and maybe you get upset, like, man, I shouldn't have lost that, or there's just people that get upset when they lose in video games, like Angry German Kid, the whole R with 11 E's. Some of the time, these people are hacking macros, scripts. They're using tools. Don't get upset if you die to one of these people because they're cheating, do you understand what I'm saying? A legit death is one thing. This is why I don't. People think I get mad when I die. I don't. There is so many hackers, and I always say it only takes one. For those that have seen me play, again, maybe against me or on my team, do you know how many clips I have of 20, 30, 40, entire Zergs trying to get me, and I get away? Thousands. However, it only takes one hacker, even in a group of 10. Oh, they have some hackers. Someone just mentioned a guild in chat. Yes, they have hackers. Tool users, 100%. And the thing with that guild is they only fight, like, when there's 10 or 15 of them, they only gank solos, or they fight versus 3 people. That's a fact. I've seen them hundreds of times. When it's even odds, they run or they die every single time. That's a fact. That is a fast fact. That's not sour grapes or anything. But here's the thing. Can 5 people usually kill fast car? No. No. My chance of survival versus 5 people is 99%. Now, what I said about it only takes one, it only takes one hacker with no cooldown, when I'm outsmarting people through teleports, through just running faster because I have, let's say I'm running a relic of speed and swiftness. Maybe I have super speed. Maybe I'm on a ranger with a swoop and whatever. Yeah, it only takes one guy, right? So if you have 5 and 4 of them are normal players and you burn them, it takes one guy to use teleport hack, speed hack, unlimited pulls or stuns where they just spam pull, 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 pull. And it just takes that momentary interruption, right? Where you get stopped for a second, and then the 5 of them catch up. You've now blown everything, and maybe they get you. If it wasn't for that one guy, you would have made it easily. You would have gotten away. The same thing for a fight when you're fighting. If you're able to fight 2 or 3 on 1, it just takes one hacker to change the whole fight, to cheat. So don't get mad, don't rage out. Now, I'm not saying, I got a comment from someone, oh, dude, you think everyone's hacking? No, I don't. I just think that the people that are clearly hacking are hacking. and I might not even notice all of it. Let's say I notice only half or 50%, or there's someone that's smart with it and very tricksy. I've mentioned there's a guy, I'm not going to say his name. I will say every person in this game that does World versus World knows this player. All of you. Well known. This person streams. This person, I think they make YouTubes or used to, but definitely streams. And you know this person. Big name. If I made a list of top 10 big names of World versus World, this person is a top 10 big name. I have seen this person hack, 500 times, 1,000 times. I've been grouped with this person and caught them and said, I saw that, and they said back to me, you think anyone else caught it? And I'm like, nope, because they use the hack very sparingly. Yes, macros, script, straight up hacking, tools. They use the tools very sparingly. This person is a smart cookie, And unlike this necro here, doesn't, and that other guy that you all know, doesn't he doesn't abuse it. If he's being chased by 5, 10, 20 people, he'll use the speed hack one little blip or two. When they're right on him, you can't even see it because of the graphics and spell effects. If it was, him, let's say this is him, or even better, like where this guy is, in this chaos and this blur here, he'll just go blip, blip, and just get 2 steps. But that's all it takes. And then, regardless, let's say they have a distance closer because there's no global cooldowns, but you don't know what his cooldowns are. He'll just take 2 little steps, blip, blip, and then boop, do a legit distance closer, and then maybe a second one, and then he's out of there. This person I have personally seen hack. It's got to be 1,000 times. I mean, there's nights when it's over 1,000. There's nights when this person probably activates various tools 100 times. Maybe more than that in a night. Right, and I catch it. Sometimes when this person is not on my team, I'll message him. I saw that. Yes. I still stand on it that I think 40% of people in World versus World, at least EB, are using tools. I had one guy I confronted about it. I definitely am going to end on this because I want to eat breakfast. I had one guy I confronted about it, and he said, I was going to say quote, but I don't remember the exact quote verbatim, but this is pretty close. Fast car, that wasn't a macro hack or a script. It was an enabler. And I went, what? Yeah, it's not really a hack. It's not called that. It's a third-party program where I can hit a button and it lets me do a series of mini teleports, speed hack, in a couple of various ways. But it's just like a speed enabler. He goes, my class doesn't get swiftness, so it didn't seem fair to me. So this is basically giving myself swiftness so I can enjoy my class. It's just an enabler. That's how some of these people feel. But what this lets you do is use a build that can't roam or a class. But now that you have stealths, you can fly, you can go underground, you have unlimited teleports, you can use any class and build when you have tools. Yes. All right, people. It's almost 30 minutes. A couple have asked to see it in full time. Remember, this is the last third. When I do the full version, you're going to see all the other craziness that went in with this guy. Now, I'm wondering, somebody must recognize this kid. You can see his guild tag. You can see his race and his class. Somebody knows who this I kid is. Does anyone report him? You'll probably see him tomorrow and the next day. Yep, and definitely a reset.
Complete. Gravity test complete. Gravity. I chose you now. Gravity test complete. Gravity. Sick. Gravity test complete. Gravity. Sick. Gravity test complete. Gravity. I chose you now.
Now, I can tell you for one, someone asked for a fast fact before I go. I can tell you 100% factually that when this kid died, he was mad. He absolutely raged out. He was punching the wall. He was hammer fisting for MMA fans the keyboard. He was totally angry German kid. I don't know if anyone knows what that is these days. Without a doubt, when you're a shit talking bad player that has to hack and you die, they go ballistic. I have talked to a few people that have literally told me, dude, I get so mad when I fucking die and I'm using tools. This kid went crazy. He continued to hack, for the rest of the night. We then targeted him, and people in the group and others would just be like, yep, there's that hacker. And we would just, believe me, I got the footage. I was just following him around like a cameraman, recording it. I could give the footage I probably have of this kid just from last night 3 to 4 minutes edited down of clearly using tools, macros, scripts, hacks, clearly, not lag, not rubber banding, not ping issues, clearly hacking, going underground, getting on his... One time, I seen Shinobi do this too. He was surrounded by people, 3/4 dead, and got on his mount and just sprinted away and took no damage while he was in combat. And before someone says, that's not sus, then you don't know how this game works. Yeah, so he continued to hack. Look, I would report him, but chat's going crazy, but I'm going to end this anyway. I would report him, but I got to be honest. I don't normally just, like, if someone talks shit or curses or say something that... Go on. Yes, exactly. I don't care about woke stuff and LGBT and whatever someone's saying, trying to trigger you or press buttons. I don't care about verbal stuff. I know there's squads of women out there that report people every time something is said they don't like. I don't report for that. I don't even report hackers unless I am 100% sure. If I see 1 or 2 little sus things, I don't report them. But if I see someone clearly using tools, I will report them. And over, I don't know, let's say just the last year, in 2025, I bet I dropped, I really don't have a number for you, and I've never thought about it till right now. Let's say 30 reports with video, clear video, edited to get the fluff out and just show it, slow motion, playing it over and over. I've sent it to the devs, and either nothing was done or nothing was done for quite a while. Like, you would think it's Friday, a bunch of people report someone for hacking, and Saturday they're not playing anymore. But that isn't the case. You see people go days, weeks, months, years of hacking and not get caught. Yes, one question. I don't even know if I want to verbalize this one on the mic. You know what? I'm not going to here. I'm not avoiding it for reasons you think. I'll tell you privately after I shut this video off. But unless 10, 20, I don't know, 30, 50 people report someone, nothing happens. it still blows my mind that ANET cannot just run something in the background to catch people using tools. It's very difficult to believe that they can't spend 15 minutes on a lunch break and put some program in the background. Oh, whenever someone speed hacks and you see them glitching like this, they just automatically get kicked out. Also, I don't think the penalty is strong enough for hackers, because I know people that have been caught, right? And they're gone for a day, a week, 2 weeks, and then they just come right back and they hack again till they get caught. No, I hear you guys, but I'm saying the penalty. Look, I know people that have been. I don't like the word banned, because banned to me is permanent. Suspended for an hour, a couple hours, a day, a couple of days, for emotes. And I don't mean 10,000 laughs in a row. I know a guy who was on comms with three laughs. He got suspended for a week. And that's the same penalty for tool users? I think that's insane. I've seen people say things that were not so bad. And I'm not talking about the unholy things you can't say. I'm talking about not so bad things. On my scale, now the thing with the TOS for this game, the terms of service, it's very vague. Kind of like getting a careless driving ticket from the police, which basically means they gave you a ticket for whatever the fuck they wanted. That's what a careless driving ticket is. They don't even have to tell you it was careless. Right, so I don't think the penalty is stiff enough for hackers. In my opinion, those that are using tools, if they get caught, they should be perma IP banned. Somebody wrote, Fast Car, you don't know what it's like not having a guild. A lot of times squads are private, so I'm stuck solo. How am I supposed to be competitive? See, this is their mindset. When I'm just a solo, they force me to run tools. Change your class, change your gear, change your build. Right, exactly. See, everyone wants to run full glass, right? The dumb kids, they want to run full glass, but they also don't want to ever die. The trade-off in an MMO, if you're full glass, what that means, the glass part, is that you die really easy. For example, you have low armor, low hit points, you're slow. Yes, you hit like a truck, but you go down real easy. But they can't accept that. Right. That's why a lot of the thieves in particular, they want to do these, I want this clip for so-and-so, right? Or my own clip. But I don't want to die. Right, because they get owned. So the solution is change your class. Not everyone's good at soloing. And for those of you that fell for the lie, but it says in Guild Wars 2, every class can do everything. Everyone can be a healer. Everyone can be DPS. Sadly, it doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. I run an LE healer for a reason, and not other classes. Right. And I don't roam on certain classes for a reason. Exactly. All right, this went way, way, way longer than I wanted. Yes, I'll do it one more time, and then I gotta shut this off. So get ready for the blinkety blink. And then when he dies, I'm gonna end this. Blink, 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 in midair, blink, 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 blink. He thought he was getting away. This kid is mad. So if any of you know this idiot, this dumb kid, you should tell him to stop. Right. He won't, because, a lot of these millennials are really dumb. And he'll just be like, well, it's a dead game anyway. If I get caught, I'll just go back to playing Counter-Strike and hack on that. All right, there you go. You people demanded it, so here's 40 minutes of content. I know this was a short clip. Yeah, when you see the full thing, this is only a 30-second clip. The full one is about 2 minutes. And you'll see even more. You'll see him go underground stealth. It's crazy. I saw this kid fly. This is not a good angle because the person that made this vid is, looking downwards. But I saw him fly from this little mesa at the apex at the top. I'm not talking about teleport. Fly from the top. And he was like in the middle of this, from there to about here. Just blink. This is what hackers do, man. We won't even talk about, if you people knew how many hackers are underground, you may never play the game. When there's Zerg on Zerg fights, you can't see them anyway. And you just take mysterious damage like, oh, I wonder what hit me. There is so many people underground. I had a kid show me on a vid he made of himself what he does, how he goes underground. You can't see him. He gets right below you and just starts blasting you. You can't hit him. He's a thief. And he hits that, what's that clicky? 540 power extra for, I don't know, a few seconds or the next couple attacks. Yeah, he's full glass. But it doesn't matter because he's underground. You can't see him. You can't attack back. And he can just blast you. And you just think maybe a spare arrow or a ballista or something hit you. There's a whole, it's like the Viet Cong under there. All right, legend. I hope you enjoyed.